Good afternoon to all of you. Dear students, I welcome you all in digital class of biology. Dear students, as we all know that we are studying our third chapter of biology, that is diversity in living organism. Okay, and in that so far we have done that what are the basis of classification and about evolution. Okay, and various textual questions we have done. I hope so that you have understood everything. Today I would like to start with my next topic, that is the hierarchy of classification. But before that, I would like to motivate you all with the beautiful sayings of Lord Krishna. The student, he says that he who has no attachment can really love others, for his love is pure and divine. So you need to love others without any attachment. Okay, so with this beautiful thought, I would like to start with my today's topic from the chapter Diversity in Living Organism. Dear students, in this lecture we will study about the hierarchy of classification. Student, different type of biologists such as Haeckel in 1894, then Robert Whittaker in 1959, and Carl Voss in 1977. Clear? Repeat after me. First is your Ernst Haeckel in 1894, then Robert Whittaker in 1959, and then Carl Voss in 1977. The student, these all scientists, they have tried to classify all living organisms into broad categories known as kingdom. Clear? And the classification which was given by Whittaker, okay, was 5 kingdom classification. Okay, these first kingdom name was Monera, second Protista, then fungi, plantae, and then Animalia. Dear student, these groups are formed on the basis of their cell structure. Clear? That whether they are prokaryotic or eukaryotic, okay, and whether they are made up of single cell or many cells, and then their mode of nutrition, and then body organization. Clear? The modification given by Carl Voss introduced by dividing the Monera into 2 further groups such as Archaebacteria and Eubacteria. Clear? About this you will study in your +1 standard. Okay, but in this we'll just study about Monera, Protista, fungi, plantae, and Animalia. Dear student, further this classification is done by naming the subgroups at various levels, okay, in the following scheme, such as kingdom, okay, then phylum for plants and phylum for animals, student, okay, here it is given wrong, and division for your plants, then class, order, family, genus, species. Dear student, thus by separating the organism on the basis of the hierarchy of characteristics into smaller and smaller groups, we arrive at the basic unit of classification, which is known as species. So, what organism can be said to belong to the same species? Broadly, a species include all organisms that are similar enough to breed and perpetuate. Okay, dear student, the important characteristics of the 5 kingdom given by Whittaker, I will explain. Okay, so student, these are the 5 kingdom of classification given by Whittaker. Okay, so student, first kingdom was Monera. First of all, student, you need to know the example of Monera. Okay, it include bacteria, blue green algae, then cyanobacteria, and then mycoplasm. Student, these organisms do not have a defined nucleus. Okay, and they also do not have any multicellular body. On the other hand, okay, they show diversity based on many other characteristics. Some of them have cell wall while some do not. Of course, having or not having a cell wall has very different effects on body design here from having or not having a cell wall in multicellular organism. If I talk about the mode of nutrition of these organisms, okay, they can be autotrophic or heterotrophic. What are autotrophic? Those which can prepare their food by themselves, whereas heterotrophic which depend upon autotrophs. Okay, I hope so that you have got about it. You need to remember its examples. Okay, our second kingdom is Protista. Dear students, this group include many kind of unicellular eukaryotic organism. Okay, and some of these organisms use appendages such as hair like cilia or flagella, okay, for moving around. Their mode of nutrition can be autotrophic or heterotrophic, as we have studied in case of your Monera. Okay, and the example are algae, diatoms, and protozoans. Okay, you can see their picture. Next, student, it is fungi. Okay, student, we all know that these are heterotrophic eukaryotic organism. They use decaying organic material as food and are therefore known as saprophytes. Many of them have the capacity to become multicellular organism at certain stages in their lives. They have cell wall made of a tough complex sugar called chitin. Clear? If the question would be there that the cell wall of fungi is made up of which substance, so it is your chitin. Okay, and example of fungi are your yeast, okay, and then aspergillus, then penicillin, okay, and then agaricus, and then your lichens. The student, if I talk about some fungal species, okay, they live permanent mutually, okay, and they are dependent on other organism, such as when it is connected or depend upon blue green algae, or I can say cyanobacteria, such relationship is known as symbiotic. Clear? And this symbiotic life is known as lichen. Okay, student, we have all seen lichens as the slow growing large colored patches on the bark of the tree. Okay, you might have seen but you haven't observed it. Clear? Next, student, it is Plantae and Animalia. Okay, we will study about Plantae and Animalia further with the passage of time in detail, but in this lecture I just want to give you a little idea. Student, these Plantae kingdom, they are also multicellular eukaryotes, okay, with the cell wall. They are autotrophs, means what? They prepare their food by their own self and uses chlorophyll for this purpose. Thus, all plants are included in this group. Since plants and animals are most visible form of the diversity of life around us, we will look at the subgroup in this category with the passage of time. Okay, student, last topic of the lecture is Animalia. Student, these kingdom include all organisms which are multicellular eukaryotes without cell wall. Plantae contain cell wall, whereas Animalia, they do not contain cell wall. Okay, they are heterotrophs, whereas Plantae are autotrophs. Clear? And again, with the passage of time, we will study about Animalia. Okay, and under this we will study about these groups. Okay, and in case of Plantae, we will study about these group: Thylophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, Gymnosperm, and Angiosperm. Clear? So dear student, with this I have finished my today's lecture. Okay, I hope so that you have understood. Now in my next video I will take some of the question, okay, in order to check that whether you have understood the topic or not. Okay, students, so stay tuned with me. Okay, and for any query please feel free to call me. Thank you and have a wonderful day ahead.